Huh. For once in my life, things like this should never. I say this, and I'm saying this now to let everybody know this is the fucking one thing that should never happen to you. You get your shit together, and that be that, right? You know what I'm saying? Less of the walking around trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? When you get it all together, right? It's less likely of you to be in a situation when you're dealing with it like that. Do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
Red Circle PCTV, the PZ Show Live. Talk about it Tuesday topic of the day
What's
live.
crazy is we gotta talk about this topic. My topic of today, because today brings about a conversation of worthiness and needed, much needed, you know what I mean, venting. You know what I mean? Because this shit is crazy, bro. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I literally am like showing y'all some shit because I want y'all to see just the reason why I feel the way I feel. Because now, this is what I got before. And for some odd reason, when I got this last time, I ended up in a situation when I had to, you know, figure out what the fuck was really going on. So, in a hasty science experiment, I made sure that this was going to be something that was going to be a lucrative experiment to do on. And what one to have, you know what I'm saying, when you're looking at the situation. Like, we have trust issues in the world today. People are, showing their true colors in the world of today. You know what I'm saying? And as human beings, we aren't subject to these things befalling us. You know what I'm saying? We are not free from these things taking hold of us and ruining our lives in one way or another. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here today because I want to talk to my peoples about because in having situations like these, you know what I'm saying? It's always best to bring these kind of conversations to the floor, talk with your peoples, talk it over. Because, yo, it could be one of y'all. And I would hate to have something like this happen to one of my people. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? How would you feel if, you know what I'm saying, you got this guy, you got this cat, you know what I'm saying? Cat hanging with you, cat doing all these things with you, you know what I'm saying? Y'all get down with the get down, you know, everything is all equal, nobody stepping on nobody's toes, nobody trying to, you know, push for that big, push to be in the bigger spot. Everybody just want to fucking playing their part, you know, as it should be, right? So, okay, you know, some time done pass, you know, niggas get close, you know, I'm saying your cat turn into somebody you feel like you can fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Somebody you feel like you can lean on and shit. Times get rough, you know. Then all of a sudden, the blink of an eye. You know what I'm saying? As if that was just that time of the month. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker just swip, flipping the script, and it'd be like, but what happened? This shit was all good just a week ago. It's like, where the fuck did we go wrong?
Broadcaster, window, mute your live audio.
That shit crazy though.
Add a broadcaster.
That shit crazy as
Hang
hell.
on,
When you really think about it.
Add a comment.
Crazy
Edit
as
box.
hell.
In, share. Close. Look. Kamenekian. Antonio. Fire. Justin. Chainsaw. Andrew. Queenie. L.A. Tom. Parrot. Con artist. underscore. Antonio. Luke. Aro. Black. Ricky Robinson. Shelamo. Tia Harris. Saint X.
Time to smoke some tank
Tom.
on the West Coast.
Harp. Group. Go. New group. Search. Edit. Close. But. Just underscore a button. Shella moment. Tia Harris. Saint X. DR Web. Top. Harvard Open.
It's funny.
Rulia.
Can't find
Go
that
Beats.
bitch.
Listeners. And it's new group. Check. Saint X ULT. Street Zult. Not
While I
checked. Check
figure that
box.
out,
Double tap to activate.
before I fuck myself all the way up, by fucking myself all the way off, look at me, I done gave y'all the fucking wall. Went through all that shit to get y'all fixed, and I gave y'all the wall.
Tia Harris. Shelamo. Ricky Robin. Janet. Black Logic Rap. Aro Noel. Loki under. Kamaneki. Antonio. Fireflip. Just underscore. Chainsaw. Andrew Mars.
Some of the weirdest shit.
LA. Lewood. Tom Smith. Parrish King. Con Artist. Mala. Merjagan. T.2. Busy Biz. Sapphire. Tadai on.
That is some
Lizzie
weird ass shit.
Hendrix Boy 23. Don Sway. Faces. Storm E. Ray. Omnico. Godly. Samuel Rush. Mr. Under. BB Mark.
Now, what's crazy about all of this, right, is I guarantee you, if I'd have hit that motherfucking button, if I'd have motherfucking just started typing and put in the first two letters of my motherfucking shit I'm trying to send it to, this shit would have had that shit already. So, yo,
Don Solo. Ken Flavel.
we got
Yaboy Lopez.
today's conversation, right?
Stereo Mendias. Shark City. Jen Long. Biswood LaRue.
And like today's conversation is simple.
Dr.
It's
Graphic.
just, it's real shit.
Not. Send. Button.
Fuck it. We're gonna do it just like this.
Hang on. Broadcaster. Out of list. Hang on. We're telling more followers to join your video.
I'm looking at it like this, you know,
Double tap to activate.
what's your limit? Because on the real, I'm just saying, everybody got a limit. Like, thank you.
So welcome.
Mm-hmm.
TikTok. Awesome 141. Derek Alden. And 9 others use your profile.
But that's what I'm saying, like, we really looking for that personnel that can answer that question today. What is your limit? Because, man, if everybody got to have one, everybody's got to have a limit. And I feel like this is something that we all got to have.
We're telling your followers. Hang on. We're telling more followers. Hang on. Add a comment. Edit. Hang on. We're telling more followers to join your video. In list. Double tap to activate.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Add a comment. Edit box. Out of broadcaster. Out of list. Double tap to activate.
Oh yeah, now I gotta get up and get my headphones because them shits is on the floor. But yo, you don't even know. Like I realized something in a flash of a flash. You need Facebook needs at least 15 minutes. At least at least a good 15 minutes to get myself settled. Cause if I would have been able to get everything working at the time when I jumped in here, when I came in, I literally had 8 minutes before the show started to get everything set up, to set up everything and get started. But with even that, I done made this whole situation my own. Cause this is what it is. I done turned this into a shit.
Mute your live audio.
I got it to where like
Hang
now
on.
I got it
Count
set
or
up.
follow broadcaster. Out of list.
So,
Hang on. We're broadcaster.
but I'm
Out
like,
of list.
I realized how late I was too. So I'm calibrating on that too. Looking at that, we late, we missed some time, but that's not a big thing. We really wanted to get to the point of what we were talking about for friends. Like, what is your limit with friends? I realized I have to have a limit with friends in any case at this matter when it should have been some things that have been like should have been obvious. But you know, I guess commonly when you have things like that in common, some people have different lines that they willing to accept going across. Like now, mind you, he's not the type of person that would leave his weed out for me to do no shit like that. But okay, so let's just think about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna say nothing to that effect to kind of instigate my personal issue to the question. But hey, I feel like you know what I'm saying. At this point, every friendship has to have a line. You know what I mean? Like yo, I can't. Yo, I'm sorry, but nah, I can't. You know what I mean? Because if you go too far and you keep extending yourself, you put yourself in a place, you know, and then you have to. It's a back and forth between you and your friend. You know what I'm saying? And it only lasts as long as y'all two are willing to keep it going. You know what I mean? So here's the thing. You know, I don't like to start friendships on a bad slate anyway. Like my whole thing is, you know, I come in as a person that I can add to your situation versus you know what I'm saying, here you are, need of all the time and willing to take away from me. You know what I mean? And don't even think about how you coming at me. Like you see how I am. Like I don't have no problem making, you know, whatever, you know, issue rectify whatever issue. You know what I mean? Like I take care of my own stuff. I do what I gotta do. My bills is mostly always paid. And everything I'm doing is to make sure that it secures something for, something for my baby later on. Whether it's me doing this for y'all to keep up, check out me and do what I'm doing, all that shit, or just another day getting to this motherfucking information, you know what I'm saying? Telling y'all what the fucking streets are talking about. Right now, shit, it's a lot the fucking streets is talking about. Hell, I want to know what y'all think about a lot of things, but we can talk about a lot of things. But I really just want to talk about your limit on friends. So when it comes to that, hit me up. Let me know. What is your limit on your friend? You know what I mean? What do you call, what do you classify as things that you would do and grow in friendship? You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, like, that just is what it is. Like, I think in friendships that I've been in myself, I find that, we end up, a band of brothers, going into a phase. Like, it's like, yo, whatever it takes to get us through the day. But we never went across each other. It's always one for all, one for one. You know what I mean? We come together, we get it up. We get it up together. We split it all even. You know what I'm saying? What's crazy is you don't see nothing else. How not? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You tell me though. That's what we here for. What I mean? Tonight is just that. What I mean? I want to talk to y'all about that in particular. I want to get to y'all thoughts on how we get to that. You know what I mean? Because that's a case. That's a check in itself. You know what I'm saying? And that don't always come easy. It comes with a lot of work. And
News break. Killer in 1974. Lady of the Dunes. Case identified as victim's husband.
I'm just trying to get to the core. See what I'm saying? Like, oh, there it is. Now, what's really
Charging started battery level 38%.
a big thing for me is just like knowing that, you know what I mean, what we do here on the show is basically just give y'all that grind true groove, man. Like, so my thing, like, for real, like, when you talk about how friends have been the soul essential to a lot of, like, things, you know what I'm saying? So we look at how that affects, you know what I mean, each other in person, like, so you deal with, these connections with people, and um, you get very much attached. You know what I mean? Like, it is an attachment. So like my thing to you with each friend that you have, what is your limit with these friends? Like, what do you limit yourself to? You know what I mean? Because somebody, every time you deal with different people, you always gotta be like, yo, like, there's certain shit you just can't deal with. You just ain't that type of person to deal with, or it's just not your thing, you know. But that's what I mean. You know what I mean? What is your limit? What do you stop at when it comes to your friends? What do you limit? What are you limited? What are you limited to when it comes to your friends? You know what I mean? Like, because really though, like, I feel like at the end of the day, when it comes to me, like, I'm really a person of like real situation of substance. Like, friendship with me is a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I really, look forward to having good friendships, because good friendships mean people I can talk to. I can, pick their brain on some shit, you know what I'm saying, about something that, between me and them, you know what I'm saying? And maybe they'll get it, or maybe we'll figure it out together, you know what I'm saying? So Like my thing, you know what I mean, with a friend, like is like when it comes to like borrowing shit, like that's what I want to know. Like, you know, what is your friend, what is your
Use
limit
your
with
live
your
audio
friends?
button.
You know what I mean? Like,
Double underscore baby Scott underscore baby Scott underscore join.
what's good, Daisy?
And wait. Underscore baby Scott underscore back.
So tell me what you would think about for yourself. You know what I mean? When you see like that friendship, that bond, what do you see yourself limiting yourself like when it comes to borrowing shit? Because I want to know, like, like for myself, because like think about this, bro. Think about this, y'all. Like, all right, so we done been in situations, right? A bunch of situations. I'm talking to y'all on real life situations, right? So a day goes by, I was, you know, chilling in the crib, you know, somebody asked to use my piece to go to the store, you know, come back. All right, cool. No grade. You know, you used you used it, you got back. Here it is. The piece that is missing is only just an addition, but it's not even that part. Why would that still? Why would you still have had that opportunity when the piece you were holding from me wasn't even something of that important value until you got close enough to my house? Like seriously, you could have put it in your pocket and it would have stayed in your pocket, even with that hanging out. You see what I'm saying? So like I just don't get it, y'all. I just don't get it. So like, you know, some shit happened and I lost a pair of headphones this month. You know, due to a friend being allergic to bees. Okay, so this is the situation. That's what I'm saying. Like this is the situation. He was allergic to bees, right? And bees were somewhere around him, but he had the keys instead of in his pocket in his hand, and somehow he gets the keys and throws them. My keys. Why? My keys. How did they end up out of your hand? That's what I mean. Everything else, supposedly, and then that's the only thing that was missing. The only thing missing is crazy. It's crazy. So, oh my God, I don't even want to. I really like don't want to jump into the whole situation, y'all. But that's really what it is. So like, your friend uses your keys, goes to the store, comes back, somehow in some weird ass way, keys come back, but you're missing your headphones off the keys. What what do we do with that? What do we do with that? Like, what are we doing with that? What are we doing with that, folks? Like, I don't know. I don't know. So y'all got to talk to me on that. Like, I don't know. Like, y'all got to tell me
Johnny
what y'all
Waraps
think we
join.
should do about that.
Double tap.
Johnny
And wait.
Woo.
Johnny Waraps join.
Shit is crazy.
Johnny Waraps send a request to be in view.
This shit is
Pop-up
crazy.
window. Instagram. View button in list. Double tap to activate. Broadcaster out of list.
What's good, Johnny?
What's up, Eric?
Yo, check it out, bro. So the question, check it out. Question of the day is this, man. What is your limit on your friends? How do you limit your friends? What is your limit when it comes to like borrowing shit?
Borrow? Wait. Well, it was heard an old funeral director to which when obituaries made and someone has a funeral, they send out about 250 to 300 invitations to people because that's about the average number of people knowing the person of the deceased person, and out of that number,
Red Circle Dark Black Magic. Premiere. Black Culture Phone to destroy #Meatloaf
quality relationships, if you will.
I see what you mean.
So it's kind of interesting.
Huh. Okay.
Why do you ask?
Well, no, today's one of the Topic Tuesday talking about it episodes today, you know what I mean? And for the most part, I had a situation similar going in the situation. So I kind of just looking into this whole situation, like, you know what I mean? Like one of my friends had my keys, went to the store, you know, supposed to be just going to the store, comes back, you know, goes to the store, comes back. Now, mind you, I know he's allergic to bees. Okay. Excuse me, you're also a 25-year-old man. So, you know what I mean? Like, let's just keep this real, bro. Like, I mean, is it seriously that serious that you have to be like, freak out, throw my keys, break, now my keys are, now my headphones that were attached to my keys are now lost? Because you decided to freak out and just panic and threw my keys. But all your shit is there. All your shit is good. You still got your bag. Your shit is, you know, you got the keys to get back in my house.
Yeah.
You know, like, but damn. And it's like, what do I do to this? And it's like, and it's like, for me, it's like, all I get is sorry.
How much for the headphones?
You see what I'm saying? Like the headphones was like almost 30. It was like 20. Well, they caught them on sale. They were $20 because like they was like, I caught them on sale from the $20 bid. They was like $20 right now on the market on Amazon. Cheap little headphones, little wireless headphones for the show. So like I used them to wear, you know, with the tablets. So you see what I'm saying? Yeah, so you see what I'm saying? I used them to wear like the wireless for the tablet. I had a pair, and this is another pair that I use. So like, you see what I'm saying? Like, but what's crazy about the whole thing is like, bro, I just spent money on extra, all that, so I didn't have to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he knew this because again, like it's like adding, you know, into the, you know, the whole ad, you know, the story is like he basically motherfucking nigga, you just had it, and then I gave you already. I gave you a pair to chill with yourself while you rock.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and I mean, this is just too. It's a lie. It's a lie. I feel like I'm supporting another person at the same time. Like it's like, wait a minute, fam. This was the unagreed fucking. This is an unagreed, you know, adoption here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
some bullshit.
Like, yeah, this is like almost an unagreed adoption situation. Like, damn, I ain't even signed no papers, nigga. Like, what the fuck, nigga? Like, I can't collect taxes off your ass or something, nigga. What the fuck? It's just.
What can you do, my guy?
Nah, you shit, bro. Like, listen, at this point right now, love me, but love me from a distance, you know, and I can respect if you don't want to speak to me no more at all either. But at the end of the day, like, I tried to give you a chance, and this hurts me more than it hurts you because I thought I was a real friend. I thought I was being a real friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really thought I was being a real friend. Like, and for what it's worth, even in that situation, it's like, I don't want to blame that to be the situation because that's not the situation. It's the point of, like, this ain't even the first pair of headphones. You see what I mean? Like,
with this person?
for with this person. Exactly. So it's like, ah, it ain't even the point of it being now. It ain't even the point of it being that these weren't even like something I gave him. It was just like, these are mine, and it's like, now I gotta, because it blows it blows the structure. It's like I had a structure. It's like watching the toppling tower. You know what I mean to me? Because in my mind, I'm just like, everything is wrong because this is not right. And I mean, it's like, I don't know how many other situations I've handed him at this point because it's just been a countless amount over the time since we've been friends.
Does he show any remorse for?
I mean, at this point, he hasn't even said anything other than like responding to, you know, what I've, you know what I mean, what I sent message to about something else. You know what I mean? It had nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
You know, and at the point, I get why, because you know what I'm saying. All you know what I mean. All stats is do. It's not like I'm gonna, you know, say what it is. It's like I know what it is. Like I just, it's not gonna. It's seriously a problem that he needs to seriously look at himself and stop playing the victim of it. Like, don't let this be a victimizing situation for you. You don't have to put yourself away from me for that. But also keep in mind, you have a tendency to do this. So be on your shit. Like, I shouldn't have to tell you that. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like I should have to say that. And being even on a live forum like this, saying it, you know what I mean, still doesn't feel to the fullest because like I want to say it to his face, and I know I can say it to his face because I talk to him like this all the time. Like I don't have no problem talking to him about it. That's why it's like it just feels really strange. It's like he decided he didn't want to say nothing after that whole situation.
Yeah, just I don't know, let it go or what's.
I mean, for me, bro, like I said, it's the situation. Just like my cousin said, if you give somebody something, don't expect it back. You're never supposed to expect it back. If you give somebody something, don't expect it back. And you know why I'm not gonna expect it back? Because of the simple fact, if he does give it back, then it's a blessing. Because at least it shows that I'm seeing him grow from these situations. Because you know what I mean. Right now, my situation is I gotta preserve everything I have. It's starting to get cold outside. You know what I mean? I gotta get warmer coat, new boots for work. You know what I mean? All kind of other shit that I'm thinking about right now that I have to be having like ahead of the snow, so I can be ready to go back to work when I need to. You dig me? My shit is like that. You know what I mean? Like so, it's situations after situations, and you know what I mean? Like I just can't keep going on to be, you know, getting dragged on under like by these situations that he keep putting me under. It's like, yeah, bro, I know I can hold it down by myself.
Man.
Yeah. You feel me? Like I'm Gucci about my damn self. You get me?
You're losing your audience. You're talking about your drama. No, I'm listening.
Nah, but that's really all it is. It was like I don't know what to say. Like this, it's just crazy. But like you know, I love the figure. Like that's my bro. So I don't feel like I'm speaking on nothing other than like this is him and me needing to see him grow. You know what I mean? And talking about this particular situation, be a friend. Like help a friend figure out what's wrong with his friend. You know, at this point, that's all I'm asking from my father to my few weebles if you talk with me. So like this is a topic Tuesday where we could be it could be personal, but it don't have to be personal. It's just me talking. It's just me talking with you, having a talk about it Tuesday episode for y'all folks, man. Like, cause we usually do topics to talk about. So But
Tadai
yeah.
underscore Isa underscore Masha underscore Yahawada joined. Hand waving wave.
Ta-da.
Sent me a while
Double
back.
tap to activate.
What's happening, my guy?
Tadai underscore.
Are you talking to me?
Harlemany joined.
Nah, I just
Double
heard
tap
my
to
boy jump into the chat too. Holler Manny, what's happening? I see you in here.
Hand waving wave. Harlemany joined. Double tap to activate.
Creeping in here on the low key. But that's what I mean. Like, how do you look at the situation? Like, it's like when you see your friend, like, it's your friend, you know, and you know, what do you say? How do you set a limit to your friend? You know what I mean?
I mean, I just call them out, have a conversation, and depending on what ears they fall on, either drop it or move forward with it. I mean, I have a hard time letting people go, so you know,
I agree.
I have one friend that owes me $8,000. It's been on like 3 years. He's been maybe paid off 1,200 of it the last 8 months, and it's me. He drives a 2018, you know, Subaru Outback, and then with that car, he has a co-signer, which is another friend who's, you know, using that to build up his credit. But when I actually need the money, you know, it's like, oh, I gotta pay my bills. Well, it's like, listen, motherfucker, like, I gotta pay my bills too. And when I gave him the money, I was in a pretty flush situation.
Right.
So my issue is that I have poor boundaries, and that I'm an empathetic person, but it's hurting me, you know. And I'm like 9 months sober, which has been a you know something pretty hard. I mean, as long as I've been sober since I've been 15. Longest I've been single since I've been 23, so I'm doing a lot of personal work, and you know, I think it's what for me. I expect anything from people. Like, nothing surprises me at this point. But what I'm working on is my unpredictability to the response of another's wrongdoing or fuck up, because you know, I'm an emotional man, but yeah, it's just like, how am I gonna fucking respond? Because if they did something bad, and if it's maybe a group situation, and then I respond emotionally or out of anger, then all of a sudden the spotlight is on me for what I did wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So in the reflective state of dealing with my own personal resentments, I'm trying not to make more for myself. And a big part of that is accepting that other people are fucked up. So am I, but I have to remain composed, because it's like, you don't want to tell anybody what to do. You maybe suggest, like, if you're a supervisor, you know, and boxes need to get loaded, like, you know, hey, go do those boxes. Like, hey, I think it's time maybe for us to work on those boxes to upload them.
Yeah.
It's just like
let's switch it up and work on these boxes over here and fuck. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, just something that, you know, inspire the notion. So I get where you're going. That's all we really have in this world. And that's really what I try to do at, you know, my best, you know, for anybody that speaks to me or I speak to in reference to these situations. Like, either it be this one or another one. Because personally, me, like, I want to, like, help to establish, like, you know what I mean, like, between the factor that I know I'm an artist, and I know artists deal with a lot of these situations. We're not talking about fucking just, you know what I mean, situations of, like, you know, booking situations or dealing with, you know, getting the right, you know, classes through the, you know, for different, you know, band equipment you're trying to work on. So, like, the whole situation is more or less your setup of being a full human being and enveloping all of these life situations along with that. You see what I'm saying? Because there's a whole life behind this lens. It's like, what do you see other than this person that you see sitting here? You know what I'm saying? Like, as you know, the Peasy Show is only on for an hour a day. You know what I mean? What goes on beyond that hour, you know what I mean, is life. You know, and where we are here, we just try to talk about a little piece of it and try to get to a point of, you know what I mean, revelation, or, even the point of, you know, recognition in so many ways. You know what I'm saying?
5 minutes to get out of here.
Because it ain't many places in on social web that talk about a lot of situations for artists like us where we have to, you know, chances to alleviate conversational points of these levels. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But you know, I reach out to the artists in more of a therapeutic way as well. You know what I mean? Because it's about like self recognition, and that self recognition being something that can emulate inspiration when it comes to taking an artist and look and we see artists, you know, from a fan's perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, because being myself an artist, right? I'm gonna put it to you like this. I've been a fan before the artist. You see what I'm saying? Like I was I've always been a fan before the artist. You know what I'm saying? Before I've been an artist. I've been a fan of anything. I've been a fan first. Because I had to love it first before I had the passion to do it. You know? And I mean, like you go through a notion of things. Like for myself, like I moved through through time when it comes to like my music. Like I moved through like the emotion of the beat. Like a lot of times that's where my concept comes from. So if the emotion of the beat is rocky and wavy, that's where it's coming. You know, but in that sense, you know what I'm saying? Like I also have, you know, passion that I emulate to that due to like something relative to the subject or something that, you know what I mean, that relates close enough to that passion, you know what I mean, to give you that reflection, you know what I mean, from the project itself, you know what I'm saying? So like it's all about like the developments that I make around myself, you know what I mean, that also shape a lot of my music. So when I get in these modes of creative, you know, creation and shit, I can make moves, I can make my moves, you know what I mean, and be able to flow a dope or, you know, even transformative flow to somebody, you know what I mean, like that'll just, you know, take the whole shit to another level. And my game plan has always been just, you know, let's keep everybody on that point, you know what I mean? So with that, you know what I mean, I just look at having a cutoff point, you know what I mean, for myself when it comes to having friends at some point, because you know, at some point you realize with some friends, it's not every friend you have, because everybody is not as, you know, in that situation like others. You know what I mean? You kind of calibrate how you respect certain friends you deal with. And I have friends from all different levels in life. You know what I mean? So I look at it like, you know, whether you up high or you up low, you know what I mean? If you talking to me, I'm here to help. So most likely that's where I'm at, you know what I mean? And that's usually where my heart is aiming for. But for the most part, you know what I mean, I don't know what to limit myself to at that point, because a lot of times I take myself out of even my own priorities by doing certain things for other people before I do these things for even myself.
Well, again, those are called boundaries, you know.
Yeah. It's like, you know what I mean? Do I keep, you know, counting it as wasteful and, you know what I mean, read up that, or I'll jump back on it later or whatever, whatnot. Nah, cause like personally when I look at it, I'm like, damn, I was already starting off in a decent spot when I started this mission. So, you know, let's keep it steady. And the only way to keep it steady is to keep everything that you have and hold on to it and make sure that it's secure. So at this point, that's where we at right now. We just cordoned up the boat, checking for holes. Checking for holes.
Well,
So
and it's just like, nothing, it just doesn't stop, you know, the bullshit.
Oh no, it don't. Of course not. You know, you riding on a balloon at this point in the middle of the ocean. You got to think about that.
Yeah.
It's time to
You know, so hey, that's where we are in the world. But hey, appreciate you for stopping in on my last little bit of time though, bro. Cause like, I mean, I needed a little something to give them people something to talk about. So tonight we had a mixture of conversation, but it was about friendships, it was about boundaries, and I wanted it to be in that realm today. So that's where we at, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Tonight was a good night, all in all, even though we started late. So yes, I appreciate you once again.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't touched that collab. I've been,
Oh, I know. It sounded almost it sounded like it was ready for something. It's ready for the phase two.
well,
Button. Double
you
tap to
know,
activate.
your bars,
Button. Double tap to
I
activate.
don't want to mess with the gain on some of yours because I like making some edits. But if I were to critique any of, I don't know how you record, if you were just like a little bit closer to your mic, you know, I think it would be, it'd turn out a little better, just a little better quality.
Say
You know,
less.
not to go back and redo it, but
I
I've
see
been
what.
meaning to send you that, to
No,
tell you that.
no. That's say less. We can work on that, and that's definitely something I was just thinking about too because of how I heard it come in. So let me work on that and look at how I can pick that. Cause I know I do my little thing in there. So yeah, say less. I got you, bro. I checked on that. That's nothing.
Hold on, before I let you go, there's
Are you sure you want to end your end video? Button. Double tap to activate.
I have a banger, this new banger I'm working on. I don't know if you want to hear it.